This is KVUE News Daybreak.
All eyes will be on former FBI Director James Comey today in what's being billed as a political Super Bowl. What we can expect today from him on Capitol Hill. And a local man spent more than a year overseas serving our country, but why he was welcomed home with a $26,000 bill. And a boat from California is now here in the Lone Star State, what they're after and what you need to do to protect your home. Good morning and thank you for watching KVUE News Daybreak at 4:30. I'm Yvonne Nava. Well, let's get a look at what we're tracking today, this Thursday, with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Good morning, Yvonne. Well, we're a little bit warmer and a little bit stickier this morning than the last couple of mornings. You're waking up to temperatures in the 70s, but mid-70s for a lot of folks. And also, you're going to feel the humidity. Those dew points are steadily increasing in our viewing area as an area of high pressure is just east of us. That's just going to continue to funnel in lots of Gulf moisture the next several days. Unfortunately, because of the fact that it's so humid, a small spotty shower is possible this afternoon. Not expecting much at all. And our best chance is for western areas in our viewing area, but again, just a small chance of maybe a spotty shower this afternoon. Other than that, a partly cloudy day, and yes, a little bit more sticky. Here's a look at your temperatures, what you can expect for today. Waking up in the 70s. Highs will still be in the 90s. Keep in mind, don't be alarmed if a spotty shower is on your windshield this afternoon. Yvonne, back to you.
All right, thank you. Well, today, fired FBI Director James Comey will answer questions about his interactions with the president. This is his first time speaking in public since being fired. In preparation, he released 7 pages of his conversations with President Trump yesterday. ABC's Lana Zach breaks down what we can expect from today's testimony.
In 7 pages of detailed accounting, James Comey outlines the loyalty pledge he felt President Trump was demanding from the independent director of the FBI, writing, "The president said, I need loyalty. I expect loyalty. I didn't move, speak, or change my facial expression in any way during the awkward silence that followed. We simply looked at each other in silence." The two men alone for a private dinner at the White House. The president tried again after the meal. He then said, "I need loyalty." I replied, "You will always get honesty from me." He paused and then said, "That's what I want, honest loyalty." I paused and then said, "You will get that from me." Critics of the president pouncing.
He confirmed right out of the box this question of the president asking for loyalty. He made it clear that the president was inquiring about Flynn. That alone really almost rises to a Watergate-like level of interference.
As the Senate gets ready to question Comey in public, the prepared testimony is already being lobbed as a political football, combed over for insight into whether Comey was fired for resisting the influence of the Oval Office over what should be an independent FBI. President Trump's personal attorney claimed victory, saying the president feels completely and totally vindicated by Comey's testimony, that he did assure the president 3 times that he was not personally under investigation.
There is another big question here in the Senate. Will the president live tweet during Comey's testimony? Officially, the White House has said that he is simply too busy to tune in, but we do understand from some sources that the president has had time blocked off on his schedule. Reporting from the Capitol, Lana Zach, ABC News.
Well, former FBI Director James Comey is set to testify in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee later today. Yesterday, he released a 7-page opening statement in which he detailed his conversations and interactions with President Trump prior to being fired. UT professor Jeremy Suri provided an analysis of what to expect from that hearing.
But I do think he will speak about the details of not just his interactions with Trump, but about his perceptions, his judgments. He is now free as a citizen to voice his judgments.
And of course, we'll be live streaming the testimony on Facebook Live and our website starting at 9 a.m. And we'll have the latest breakdown once it wraps up on KVUE and KVUE.com. Earlier this week, Governor Greg Abbott announced he will call lawmakers back for a special session in July. The news came as no surprise to many, but how exactly will a special session work? The major difference is lawmakers will have just 30 days to pass bills instead of 140. The legislative process is the same, but lawmakers can only pass bills on the 20 items the governor listed in the special session call. While it may not sound like a big undertaking, political experts say it is quite ambitious.
20 issues is a lot, even if the legislature is in a really good mood and everybody's getting along and everybody's running in the same direction at the same pace. 20 is a lot to do in 30 days. I think some of these issues are not going to see the light of day.
Well, Governor Abbott says since he had to call lawmakers back at the taxpayers' expense, he wants to make the special session count. Lawmakers each get a per diem of $190 a day. With 182 lawmakers for 30 days, that's more than $1 million, not including overhead costs like printing and utilities. The special session starts July 18th. Well, starting September 1st, Texas will have new abortion regulations. Governor Greg Abbott signed Senate Bill 8 into law on Wednesday. It bans so-called partial birth abortions, which are already prohibited under federal law. It also bans so-called dismemberment abortions and the sale or donation of fetal tissue from elective abortions. And the bill requires an aborted fetus be buried or cremated. New sworn statements in the case involving Greg Kelly now being used to bolster his stance that he was wrongfully convicted of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old boy. His attorneys filing 2 new sworn affidavits yesterday to help overturn his conviction. The first from a former friend of Jonathan McCarty, who has been identified as a new suspect in the case. That friend says McCarty confessed to the crime after Kelly was convicted. The second affidavit is from a woman who says her son confused Kelly and McCarty. Her son was staying at the in-home daycare McCarty's mother operated. Lawyers are trying to use that as evidence, solid evidence, that the 4-year-old at the center of the case could have made a similar mistake because they are similar in appearance. Austin School District is making sure new high school graduates are ready for their civic duty. The district teamed up with Travis County to register voters during graduation ceremonies last week. 365 seniors from 13 campuses took the time to register to vote. And while signing up to be able to vote, organizers also taught students about the importance of seeking out nonpartisan information on candidates and issues. After spending 15 months overseas, an Austin Army serviceman has come home to find an unbelievable toll bill. Check this out. The breakdown is $1,400 for the tolls and $26,000 in added fees. Thomas Peterson says his family racked up the tolls while he was gone, and the bills just fell through the cracks. Peterson says he understands he has to pay late fees, but he wants them to be reasonable. When he contacted TxDOT to explain, they told him the bill had been handed over to a collection agency. Now he can't get an answer from either agency over how to cut down those late fees.
But $26,000 is insane, and that's extortion, that's highway robbery. I can't believe that any agency can get away with this.
A TxDOT representative tells KVUE they're looking into this and they hope to have a solution later today. Well, check out this breathtaking video out of North Dakota of a massive tornado yesterday. The tornado touched down Grand Forks around 1. You could see it move quickly. The National Weather Service says even though it was spinning fast, the tornado was almost stationary. Amazingly, no damage was reported and no one was hurt. Eric, I don't know too much about tornadoes, but it did seem like the funnel was a lot wider?
Yeah, that's what they called a wedge tornado. Pretty large out there. They did battle quite the amount of severe weather north of us, but for the southern parts of the country, we're quiet. We're actually under the ridge of high pressure, so that stabilizes our atmosphere. That also allows us to have sunshine and rather quiet conditions that we have been experiencing. Temperatures right now are near average, but still close to 70 degrees. Burnett at 71, Buchanan Dam at 70, 76 on Austin. We're on the warmer side. Lots of mid to upper 70s for the central and eastern counties. So it's definitely a warmer start this morning than where we were yesterday, and it's humid also. You're going to feel the humidity because now we're increasing humidity thanks to high pressure setting up just east of us. That's going to funnel in some moisture from the Gulf. You're going to steadily feel that humidity increasing. So even though we'll have partly cloudy days the next several days, a spotty shower is possible, mainly just because of the fact that it's humid. Keep that in mind. Not expecting much rain whatsoever, but a few drops on your windshield this afternoon is possible. Yvonne, back to you.
All right, thank you so much. A new invasive species is about to make a big stink in Hays and Travis counties. KVUE's Chris Betts shows us how a type of stink bug recently spotted in central Texas could ruin your crops and even your gardens.
James Owens makes it his business
Do I have any more hibiscus?
to know everything there is to know
Let me get this over here.
about plants and how to keep them healthy.
There's another one of these stray boys running around.
Owens works at Shoal Creek Nursery, and so far they haven't spotted the newest invasive species to make its way into Austin.
There's no natural predators for this insect either.
Originally from Asia, the Bigrada hilaris is now making its way from California
They'd catch a ride on trucks crossing state lines.
into Texas.
It's been devastating the crops in California, primarily the coal crops, the winter crops of Texas, your kales, your lettuces, your spinaches.
And you don't have to look too far to find one.
Let's walk just a little distant. Just walk right up here.
Ted Lee Eubanks captured one on camera in Austin just last month.
The Bigrada bug was nectaring on this plant.
He walks this trail on downtown Austin's Peace Park all the time, looking for new things to photograph.
Well, I knew it was a stink bug. I can think of other insects I'd have rather found than this one.
Well, it's going to be devastated. You're going to have chloride, you're going to have all these leaves being chewed.
The best way to beat this stink bug? Early detection. Look for the eggs and get them off of your plants. Just be careful.
Foul, it's like something died odor.
Not to squish them. Chris Betts, KVUE News, Daybreak.
All right, well, for more information on this new type of stink bug and other ways to treat it, click on the story on KVUE.com. If you're headed out of town soon for a summer road trip, listen up. Now you can save money on gas. Plus, outrage after Sunday dinner, what one mother says was found in her daughter's sippy cup at a restaurant.